All right, everybody, and welcome to the JKsports podcast. So I'm Cody. This is Joey. We're pretty much just two super mega fans of sports, mainly baseball, basketball, and football. And we just pretty much get together, talk about sports all the time anyway, whether we're playing video games in person, over the phone, whatever it is, man. We always pretty much talking about sports. As you can see, I'm a big Dolphins fan. He's a big Niners fan over there. We have
big
our
Niners fan.
We have our own bias, of course, so that's definitely going to shine through a little bit in what we talk about. But without going too deep into how we know each other and the start of all this stuff, let's kind of just get into our topics. Today we're pretty much just going to be doing a mock draft because we got the draft coming up. What is it? This Thursday? Next Thursday?
No, next Thursday, 29th.
29th. Yeah. So
Yeah.
What are your thoughts going into the draft?
My thoughts are, man, it's going to be an exciting draft, especially to be a 49er fan. No Mac Jones. Let's go. No Mac Jones. All right. But so we're just going to jump right in to the mock draft. We're going to do an alternating format. So we'll just go, I'll make a pick, Cody will make a pick, and we'll just keep it moving like that to give our thoughts. And if you agree or disagree, put it in the comments. All right. So I'm taking the first pick. First pick, number one overall, just because I don't want to start off with too much controversy. Trevor Lawrence, quarterback out of Clemson. Like
What?
He's been the number one pick since like his freshman year.
Yeah.
Number one quarterback coming out of high school. He's prototypical size. He's great athleticism. The only weakness is he doesn't have a Patrick Mahomes arm. Is that the only weakness?
Yeah. An impossible generational arm. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and he's like exceptionally ugly. So,
ooh, hot take,
man.
He's got some nice lettuce, dude.
Anyway, all right. So, yeah, number one, Trevor Lawrence. He's going to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they're going to win 3 games. So, big improvements coming to Jacksonville.
Yeah, if you weren't a fan when they were winning 1, don't be a fan when they're winning 3. That's all I got to say.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. All righty.
All right, I'll move on. And we got the Jets at number 2. So the Jets are going to take another stab at it. Another quarterback in the first round with Zach Wilson. I know everybody, he's kind of been hyped up during this pre-draft process. As far as quarterbacks go, I think everybody's thinking he's coming out here with the best arm after slinging it around at his pro day. The Jets are going to be all about that. They offloaded Sam Darnold to the Panthers, so they need to fill the spot. They need to get a quarterback in there. I guess it's the Zach Wilson era in New York, baby. Another quarterback that is going to get smashed by the Dolphins 2 times a year.
Yeah. No, I'm a big fan of the Zach Wilson pick because that means he's not coming to San Francisco. Tell me what I'm missing. Can somebody tell me what I'm missing? You can't be drafted because you kind of look like Patrick Mahomes or you kind of look like Aaron Rodgers. Dude runs around and slings 50-50 balls all day. He just runs around and slings 50-50 balls. So, like, yes, he plays the position like he's a shortstop. He slings it around. The arm talent's elite. But I'm not a fan of decision making, but you know what? I don't know. I'm just not a fan of the 50-50 ball quarterback.
Have you seen the way this guy looks? Have you seen like just what he looks like? I don't care about his football ability or talent.
He looks like me if I was in a frat and bleached my hair. That's what he looks like. He just looks like a regular dude running around.
Like you're gassing yourself up a little bit. He's kind of a.
That's yeah. I mean, that's why I have my own show, bro, so I can gas myself up.
Does he have like 1,000 brothers and sisters or something like that? I heard he's got a huge family.
I don't know. BYU. That's like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna get in trouble. So moving on to the best pick of the draft. The 49ers selecting at number 3. I think they're gonna go Justin Fields. I'd be super happy with this pick. Was the number 2 quarterback coming out of high school. And he really didn't do anything that would make you say, yeah, this guy fell off. This guy doesn't deserve to be even the second quarterback taken. For me, though, I'm a Trey Lance guy. I love Trey Lance. He's my favorite quarterback in the draft. Now, I didn't watch any Trevor Lawrence because he's just not even in the equation. But he's my favorite quarterback in the draft. I like the way Trey Lance reads the field. He's the youngest guy, but Justin Fields here is going to be the pick. There's too many connections to Kyle Shanahan, quarterback collective. He's an athletic guy. He can throw on the run. His pro days were unreal amazing. I just think he's going to be the pick. I don't buy the Mac Jones stuff because the 49ers don't leak. So everyone talking about Mac Jones don't know what they're talking about. They're guessing, just like me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I actually totally agree with you on that pick because in the Mac Jones stuff has got to be a smokescreen or something because It's Shanahan, dude. Like his dad too. They all use mobile quarterbacks. Like
John
his
Elway,
system,
Steve Young. Yep.
yeah. Like they're based on athletic mobile quarterbacks. So Justin Fields seems like the no-brainer pick here, honestly.
He does, man. And I hear this Kirk Cousins stuff. Kirk Cousins was a 4th-round draft pick?
Yeah.
That's what you get in the 4th round. You get Mac Jones in the 4th round if he doesn't play at Alabama.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If Mac Jones doesn't play at Alabama, he's looking like a 2nd, 3rd round pick to me. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, they all say like the intelligence, he always gets the ball out on time. It's like, yeah, if your read is Devontae Smith and you don't have to ever make another read, I'll be on time too.
Oh man, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, like who am I gonna, or Najee Harris on the backfield, who am I gonna throw to? Oh my god.
Look, man, no offense to Tua, and I like Tua, but he couldn't beat out Tua, and the NFL doesn't have that high opinion of Tua right now, and he couldn't beat Tua out.
I could definitely talk an entire show. We could do an entire 30 minutes to an hour about my feelings on Tua right now.
Yeah, we'll just do a bonus show. Yeah, we'll just do like a bonus Tuesday at 9 o'clock show.
Tua talk.
Just Tua talk, yeah.
All right, but let's move on. So this is the next pick. We got the Falcons here at 4. Man, the Falcons are in such a interesting position. They're like the turning point of the draft, in my opinion, ever since the 49ers trade with the Dolphins. Like
because that's the first position player. That's position players coming off the board.
So like, yeah, I guess I think that they trade out of the spot. Like they're kind of crazy not to, because the best position player got to be Kyle Pitts. Got to be Kyle Pitts. He's got to be the number 2 person probably in the draft behind Trevor Lawrence. Like straight up blue chip, nothing, like unbelievable prospect. But I'm actually going to shake things up here a little bit. We're also doing a no trade draft, which I didn't mention earlier.
Right. Yeah,
that's why
too unpredictable. Yeah, too unpredictable.
Yeah, that's why we're not having the conversation here. But anyway, so I actually have the Falcons going Patrick Surtain Jr., cornerback out of Alabama. So this is a hot pick, probably a little bit. They had the 2nd worst passing defense last year. Awful. Yeah. I don't even know if I know their number 1 cornerback. I feel like they are horrible, and they've just lost
Keanu Neal.
And Casey from DeMonte Casey or whatever. And he was a free safety, I think. So he was playing that ball security guy. So
they got to totally rebuild. Yeah, they got to totally rebuild. And
so
if I'm Atlanta, I'm trading out too. But even though Surtain at 4 is a reach, he's still a great player. And if we're not doing trades, which we're not, he's got to be the pick there. He's got to be. So, all right.
Quick, before we move on, actually, though, I just wanted to we want to showcase what we're drinking today. I never come to any kind of meeting without a little bit of a beverage. Can't
True professionalism.
So today looks like he's drinking a Coors Light over there. I got a Spotted Cow in New Glarus that might region me, tell you where I'm from, but continue.
Yeah. Got to keep the calories low, man. Coors Light. Got to keep the calories low.
You're right.
All right, then moving on here. We're at number 5, Cincinnati. Joe Burrow got his leg destroyed. You don't want to bring him back and have his leg destroyed again. So you move their tackle that they drafted last year, was it Jonah Williams? You move him to right. Yeah. You put Penei Sewell at left tackle. You shore up that line and keep your quarterback protected. Because it doesn't matter who Joe Burrow's slinging the rock to. If he's getting smacked behind that offensive line, it's done. The career is going to be over before it begins. So get Penei Sewell. He's the best tackle in the draft. And, that's that. Easy pick for me.
I think Penei Sewell, man, like since he was a freshman, he's pretty much been one of the top tackles in college football. So I think that's a pretty no-brainer pick. Got to protect Joe Burrow, especially after last year, man. Seeing him get tore up and then watching the game where he, was out for the season, that big injury, it was tough. So
yeah,
but that does make me queasy. The Bengals sitting there makes me queasy because at number 6 we got Miami Dolphins. And I'm actually like scared of a scenario where maybe somebody trades up to 4 and takes Kyle Pitts, and then the Bengals decide to do Jamar Chase, reconnect him with Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
the Dolphins need a playmaker, man. In the story. I mean, I'll be happy if we walk away with like Penei Sewell or something, but I mean, need a playmaker. So, in this dream scenario, we're gonna end up with the best playmaker in the draft.
Best player.
Probably best player.
Dude's a
total freak, stands out in his film. Athletically ridiculous. We've talked about this, me and him before, saying that he's like pretty much if LeBron James had decided to play football, he actually did decide to play tight end. Like the Dolphins have Mike Gesicki already at tight end, but he's coming up on a contract year, number one. Number two, he's kind of a slot receiver. We don't have a true tight end. We really don't.
Right.
And Kyle Pitts can play anywhere. He can play. He can even run outside too. So he can play the slot, play outside. He's just such a. I'm gonna steal this from like pretty much everybody who says this. He's a versatile weapon. He's a versatile weapon. Need him on the team. Yeah, need him anywhere. Any team will be like happy to have him. So if he landed with the Dolphins, man, I'd lose my mind. So, but that's the pick, number 6, Kyle Pitts.
Yeah. Good pick. Yeah, totally agreed. Basically, just nodded my head through everything you said. So I'm just gonna keep moving here. Yeah. So Detroit's next on the clock. So whose career am I going to ruin? And it's going to be Jamar Chase. Sorry, buddy. I'd love to see you play for somewhere that's not going to waste your talent, but you're going to Detroit with, one of the best quarterbacks in the game, bro, Jared Goff. So.
Dan Campbell, coach, baby.
Dan Campbell, baby, man Campbell.
Dude, I still got a picture on my phone from when he was the interim head coach of the Dolphins, riding a dolphin or a shark or something. Like it's like a great white shark.
Yeah, I debated Rashawn Slater as the pick here. Because I was thinking Dan Campbell, he's a tight ends coach, now a head coach. He's a big dude. He wants to be physical, right? Jared Goff also needs a great line. But I just think Jamar Chase is just better. 19 years old, he was the best receiver in the country. So I'm sure he's better now. You know,
they lost every playmaker I think that they had.
I mean, they lost Galladay. Galladay is really the big one. They lost him. So
Marvin Jones too, right?
Yeah, he's gone. He was like 73 years old. So
dude, he's a good vet, though. I would have took him.
No, he's good. He's good, man. He's good.
Like the pick. I like the pick, though. I have nothing negative to say about that for Detroit, man.
I think so. Number 8, bro. Hold on before you go. I think we both agree on this, but it's going to be controversial. So go ahead.
You're right. Yeah. So the Panthers, they're pretty much at that same spot as Atlanta. Like with what they had done have already done to get Sam Darnold. You would think that maybe they go like a different position here, maybe something on the defense, or some people would say they still need receiver help, even though they have DJ Moore and what's his name last year that was really good for the Jets before. But no, I'm gonna go Trey Lance here, quarterback, North Dakota State. You know, I mean, the reason we talked about this earlier, but like, cause this makes a lot of sense because I already hear that Teddy Bridgewater wants out after the Sam Darnold trade. He's like pretty upset about it. He thought he was going to get more of a chance. And to be honest with you, like, I don't really think he did get too fair of a shot there last year because with all the injuries that they faced. And then, but you know, it is what it is.
I don't care about Teddy Bridgewater at all. He's terrible. You know, even before he messed up his knee, which, you know, that sucks. He made the Pro Bowl with like 14 touchdowns and 8 picks.
I don't think he's ever thrown more than 14 or 16 touchdowns.
Yeah, man. Like, all right, buddy.
But anyway, yeah. So the pick is going to be Trey Lance here, and I think Teddy Bridgewater is gone, and Trey Lance will sit maybe a year or two under Sam Darnold. Yeah. You know, if Sam Darnold doesn't work out, you have Trey Lance. So
yeah, and here's my thinking too. Why we kind of talked about that and agreed. Like Matt Rule wants a guy that's just a beast, right? Yeah. He wants a guy that's going to be a beast at the quarterback position.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam Darnold. Yes, he had Adam Gase as a coach, but he also hasn't been good. They have him. They picked up his 5th-year option. You got 2 years of Sam Darnold. And if he's not good, you dump him. You let him go walk in free agency, basically, because that's all you'll be able to do. And then you have Trey Lance sitting on the bench, who needs a year or two to develop anyway to even see what you got.
Yep.
And if he is good, you can throw him in a couple of showcase games because I doubt Sam Darnold, even if he's solid, will take you to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Give him a couple showcase games, just like the Patriots did with Jimmy G, and send him out for a 1st or a 2nd round pick. So I just feel like you got to get quarterback right. Matt Rule really wants a big time quarterback, and Trey Lance has that potential, and he fell all the way to 8.
Yep.
Now, if there's a trade up scenario, they might trade back.
Yeah, I can see that. Yep.
But there is no trades here. So anyway, all right, moving on. Number 9. So that number 8 pick probably pissed off a lot of Denver Bronco fans. Good, because I don't care about you guys. So at number 9, I'm going to go with the linebacker Jeremiah Owasu. And I just think he's just an athlete. can play out in space, can rush the passer a little bit. He's just a really good player. And Vic Fangio's there. Who knows how long he'll be there? But I just remember Ahmad Brooks in that San Francisco system, and I think he could fill that role. So good, solid player going in a spot that I think he'll be successful in. So
I mean that's an interesting pick. I think you don't think they're tempted at all with your boy Mac Jones still sitting on the board.
Yo, if anybody's tempted with Mac Jones, and this includes Kyle Shanahan, they should be fired. And I'm not a Mac Jones fan. I could take a whole show just to not say nice things about Mac Jones.
I don't know.
Don't get me started.
I could see a scenario where Broncos take a chance on. They have like such a good team.
You're gonna make me go off the rails here, man. You're gonna make me go off the rails.
All right, we're gonna keep it moving then. We're gonna keep it moving.
All right.
Love myself some Mac Jones. What's his real name?
McCorkle.
McCorkle,
baby. Let's just talk about these Mac Jones character issues real quick. He looks like he's been drinking beer since he was 16 years old, and he has a pot belly. It is if you're a pro quarterback. He's the only quarterback who didn't work out with a quarterback coach in the offseason, and he looked rusty at both pro days. Tells me he's not working, and he had a DUI at 19.
Oh, he did?
Let's keep going.
I actually didn't know about that.
But... Yeah, of course you didn't, because they don't talk about it. Anyway, let's keep moving here.
All right, yeah. We're going to move on to the number 10. I know, man, there's so many Cowboys fans. I don't know why. But America's team, bro. America's team is going to – so they're going to be pretty upset. I see, like, so many things with them, like, being mocked, Surtain.
Patrick Surtain.
Yeah. So
or trade up for Kyle Pitts because they're dumb.
Because, they need a tight end, actually. They don't have a tight end, I don't think. But yeah, so they're gonna actually go, the next best bet at corner here, J.C. Horn. I thought about safety, but they kind of they signed both Atlanta guys, both the Atlanta guys. So they're gonna
the ones that played on the second worst secondary in the league, those guys.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. I mean, change of scenery, you never know. They're young.
Yeah. No, Ken O'Neal, I know for sure is not a bad player.
But yeah, so the pick here is gonna be J.C. Horn. He's the fastest cornerback, I think. He's got that ridiculous speed. Dude can man up anyone pretty much. Has the potential to definitely be a number one cornerback on the team. They need something. They need that in the secondary desperately bad ever since they let Byron Jones go last year. So.
Yeah, not exactly a scheme fit, and that's something you touched on. Yeah. But I mean, he's so good. Like that's just not what we saw him doing all that much. We saw him manning people up, like when he took Kyle Pitts in that game.
Yeah,
but he's so good. I don't have a question about him being able to be scheme versatile.
Interesting too. I just realized this too, that the Cowboys picked up those guys from Atlanta, and Dan Quinn is now the defensive coordinator in Dallas. So might be why. But anyway,
all righty. So who we going here? So next, New York. So for them, I went with Micah Parsons. This is New York Giants, by the way. I went with Micah Parsons. There's a couple ways they could go here, but I just thought Micah Parsons was a need. He's a good player. I know he has a couple of character concerns, but he's the best linebacker on the board. So I went with Micah Parsons. I'm not going to talk too much about linebackers because they're not the most exciting.
Yeah, until they get in the league, then they do some really fun stuff. But okay,
ain't gonna be no Fred Warner. That's all I gotta say.
I like that pick.
240-pound guy who can blitz is like that's awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's a good player. And it's Penn State linebacker university.
Only other thing I think Giants fans would be throwing a selection like that. I mean, I'm sorry, Blake Martinez probably is not the answer there in New York, but
he's not the answer.
I mean, a lot of people would say they could go receiver there, they could go offensive line too. They just
I've seen receiver. Yeah, they could use Rashawn Slater's on the board. I could see them taking him too. I think Micah Parsons a better player.
Also, a D tackle is never off the board for New York Giants, man. You know that Dave Gettleman loves himself some thick boys. Anyway,
what's his name? Barrymore's on there. Barrymore's on the board. But the interior D linemen that you don't project to be Aaron Donald or DeForest Buckner go in the top 10 or top 12 or 15. Not typically.
Sometimes, unless only if they're really good and they
last
have
year.
Yeah.
But
all right. So now we got the Eagles, right? Yeah. I mean, this is like a no-brainer pick. You look at who's left on our big board. We still got the Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith. But I mean, there's so much to say about this guy. He's also kind of polarizing because of his weight. He only weighs like
Tiny guy.
165 or something like that. Like,
He's like your size, dude.
but people don't talk about this, and I was listening to some Dolphins news, and actually, did you know he is like a little bit heavier, maybe the same weight as Marquise Brown was 2 years ago coming out of the draft.
Yeah, Marquise Brown went in like the mid-20s though, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean 12.
It's hard. It's hard to see how good Marquise Brown could be because of the kind of quarterback and system he plays in.
Yeah, that's something we can talk about some other time too. But yeah, I mean,
is Lamar Jackson worth $45 million? Yeah, we'll talk about that, I'm sure.
But Devontae Smith was amazing in college. You can't say anything else about that. I remember watching him in the playoffs too, thinking like, I remember I tweeted it out like, I was like, dang, the Dolphins need to draft this dude now.
ASAP. At 3, when they were at 3, I remember. Yeah.
I mean, because of the weight concerns, I don't know. He falls a little bit here. Eagles pick him up though, 12.
He plays much bigger than he is. Like he has no trouble with press or anything like that. Yeah, he's gonna be fine, I think. But all right, moving on. We're at 13. So we're San Diego now. So this, man, like we talked about this, I was like, man, if this is how the board falls, they are going to be hyped and they take Rashawn Slater. They get a guy who can play both tackles, can play guard, elite prospect, and he is just gonna. Sorry, I got a message on my computer, and he is just gonna be a huge hole plug for them for that line. Give Herbert some time. He's already got weapons that'll round out the offense. Be a big help. Yeah,
Rashawn Slater, I think, is like considered the better pass blocker actually too out of him and Sewell.
Out of him and Sewell, yeah.
In the way that Herbert slings it around, I mean, that's literally a perfect spot for him to land. I think he's going to make more of an impact immediately than Sewell.
Oh, I think so too. I do think so too.
I think Sewell will take a little bit longer, but
the only issue I see with him is he's not very big.
Yeah.
What is he, like 6'3"? I feel like I can look this up.
He is a worker, though, man. I mean,
6'3", 314. But I mean, he's a beast. So they're taking him, and they're going to be running that card up to Goodell if that's the case.
Oh yeah, they'd be so excited.
Oh yeah.
All right. So next to 14 Vikings, right?
Yep.
All right, yeah. So Vikings kind of they need offensive line help really bad. So I mean, here I'm gonna pick like the most versatile guy because they need help both guard and tackle. Guard probably more pressing right now, but if you want, they'll take a guy that can kind of do both. Decide where you want to put him. And this I'm talking about Elijah Vera Tucker for USC. Guy can pretty much do both. I know he played tackle in college, but he's projected kind of better as a guard. Dude mauls people, pulls people. He's gonna do a lot of good things in Minnesota. So.
Yeah, he's a similar size to Slater, but I think Slater can play tackle. This guy is a guard, I think, in the NFL. But that's where they need the most help for sure. All right, number 15, New England, and we're gonna make this quick. Mac Jones. Moving on, 16.
I have so many questions, but I won't get into it.
So Mac Jones to the Patriots. They need a quarterback. Cam Newton, maybe not the greatest bridge quarterback for the type of thing they'll have to do with Mac Jones, but I just can't see him passing up on a quarterback that's projected first round pick at 15. When are you going to pick there again? I could also see them trading up. So
the only thing they've never done it. Belichick's never picked a quarterback first round. I think it would be telling. I don't know. It's a whole different era kind of in New England right now. I mean, nothing like we've seen since I've been watching football, New England's been dominating. So
I think Josh McDaniels could do a good job with him if they're looking for someone that can throw the quick out, that can throw the intermediate stuff, that can dump the ball off to a running back. I think they'd run something fairly similar to Tom Brady. I know in college, Mac Jones slung it down the field, and he's not afraid to sling it down the field. I don't think he should be slinging.
Doesn't have to though.
Doesn't have to, Anyway, that's the pick at 15 for me, Mac Jones to New England.
All right. So number 16, we got the Arizona Cardinals. So here I was like looking at the board and everything they could kind of do, and I was like noticing. I was like, wow, Jalen Waddle, wide receiver, Alabama, still on the board. This guy's crazy. I actually would be shocked if he made it to 16. I can't believe he wouldn't be drafted before. He's like such a dynamic playmaker. He can do anything. He might be the best guy with the ball in his hands in the draft, honestly. So
I think so. Yeah.
So I think he can do anything kind of for this Cardinals team. And they're just going to try to load up. The Cardinals, I think they're going into super win now mode right now. No, they need some help in the secondary and such, but I think you can't pass up on a playmaker like Jalen Waddle. So
yeah. We talked about Caleb Fairley here as well, but the injury concerns. I mean, he played with a back injury 2 years ago, didn't play at all this year, just opted out, and then just recently had back surgery. So those injury concerns, it's like you're still unhealthy with a year off. That's why we thought Waddle was the pick there, and he's a great player. So all right. So we're moving on here. The Raiders. So that we need to take that putrid defense and make it terrible. So we're gonna go one tier up. we're gonna bring in Trayvon Mulring from TCU, the safety. I don't know if that's how you say his name. Sorry if it's not. But yeah, we're gonna go safety here, try to help with that secondary, help with that terrible defense, and give Derek Carr in the offense a shot. Because if you want to run the ball with Josh Jacobs, you got to have some kind of defense playing there. So that's the pick for me.
Man, there's so many questions on the Raiders roster this year.
I know. They got rid of their whole O-line too, man. They extended a Colton Miller and dumped everybody else. Yeah.
Deleted some of their defense too. Who'd they get rid of? They literally just dumped a couple guys like on the defensive line, I think. Yeah. But I don't know what they're going to do, man. Gruden, what are you doing up there, bro?
We don't even know what Gruden's going to do. This is like the biggest guess of all. Like, he could take another running back. He could take Najee Harris here.
Yeah.
We just don't know what he's going to do,
I feel like they're going to go offensive line. But, yeah, I can see this, too. I can see a world where
I feel like offensive line would be a reach here. I mean, he could trade back, but.
Who'd they take? Cleveland Farrell 4 or something a couple years ago?
Yeah, I know. He was like the 4th or 5th edge rusher in that class. But,
that was a crazy draft. Crazy draft. Yeah. Anyway, so then moving along, we got again the Dolphins at 18 here. Man, and there's so much.
I know who you want. Yeah. I know who you want here, but you're not going to pick them.
Yeah, you're right. The Dolphins need another dynamic playmaker. I can't get enough. Give Tua some help, man. I want Najee Harris, but they're not going to do it. I know them. There's no way they take 2 playmakers in the first round. It's crazy. Not with all the other needs we have. So, and one of those huge needs is pass rusher, man. We didn't even do anything in the offseason really to even touch it. Yeah. So we're gonna go Kwity Paye out of Michigan here. A lot of reasons. Dude's ultra athletic. He kind of just never put it all together in Michigan. But I know I hear he's super coachable. Coaches love him. Also Michigan ties, man. I bet the owner of the Dolphins, Steve Ross, he went to Michigan. He's loves guys from Michigan. He's probably pounding the table to draft this guy. So I can just see the fit. I can see him on the team. So.
Oh, my AirPods just died. Can you still hear me?
Yep, I got you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Anyway, Kwity Paye is a beast. They moved him in Michigan too much, man. Outside linebacker, hand in the ground. He just moved around, and that's part of why I feel like he never was able to put it all together.
Yeah,
but
you're right.
Has a chance to be the best pass rusher in the draft, has a chance to be a Pro Bowl pass rusher, and you just don't find those at 18? You just don't find them. So,
too late, yeah.
So anyway, good pick there. Najee Harris, a beast. Travis Etienne, though, my running back 1, looks like Jamal Charles. It is what it is, whatever. All right. So at 19, Washington. I thought about a couple of different things for Washington, but ultimately I decided to kind of double down on a strength here and create a very explosive offense. And I went Rashad Bateman. I think dude is a beast. Where did he go? Purdue? Is he a Purdue guy?
No, he's Minnesota.
Minnesota. He's a beast, though. I just heard about him a couple weeks ago, and he wasn't even on my radar. And I was like, Rashad Bateman, who is this guy? So I'm like, let me look him up. Because Kyle Shanahan always takes a receiver in round 2 or 3. So I'm like, maybe we could steal him here. And after looking at his film, dude is a beast. He's going to go late round, in my opinion. So maybe it's a little early, but I think he's the best one left. And Washington doubled down on the strength. Pair him with Terry McLaurin, Ryan Fitzmagic. And I think you have a chance to make a playoff run in a garbage can division.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think enough people are talking about it. I actually like that pick. Also, especially with Ryan Fitzpatrick there, he's Bateman is actually a pretty good jump ball receiver. He's a big dude, right? So he can get up there and grab that ball, and that's how Ryan Fitzpatrick does it. He slings it, and you better grab it. So
yeah, I haven't actually looked at his measurables. I just seen his film. and he's just explosive. Even good with the ball in his hands.
Yep.
Just a good dude.
I see the fit. I like it. All right, moving on. We got the Bears here at 20. So the Bears, I mean, I don't have a whole lot to say about the Bears. In this world, they can't get a quarterback, which is what they need. I mean,
do what you can to help the Red Rocket, man. Just do what you can.
And we're going to do just that. And they're going to pick up Christian Darrisaw, tackle out of Virginia Tech. It's the best available tackle on the board. Got to do what you can to get this offense moving, man. It's being a Bears fan, watching these guys try to move the ball on the field. I feel so bad. I mean, it's not much better being a Dolphins fan. We can hardly move the ball either, but it's tough. So you got to do what you can, give the guys some time. Hopefully, move some people, get the running back involved, David Montgomery. So, but yeah, that's the pick, Christian Darrisaw, tackle.
Yeah. By the way, Rashad Bateman is 6'2", 210, big dude.
Yep, that's what I thought.
All right, so to keep it moving here, next pick is Indianapolis. They just got Carson Wentz. And what does Carson Wentz need? What do we always say that he needed? He had to have at all times in Philadelphia, as we made excuse after excuse for him. Have some help, man. So why haven't taken Elijah Moore? I think he's the best receiver on the board right now. The offensive line is solid. We know this. The defense is solid as well. Give him some weapons. Did they bring back T.Y. Hilton on like a 1-year deal or something?
I think they did. If not, they're close to it, I think.
But let him play with T.Y. Hilton for a little bit, learn what's up, and wide receiver one for the future is the hope.
Yeah, man. Ever since T.Y. Hilton, I guess Michael Pittman had a pretty good year last year, but I feel like they've just been struggling to find the guy at receiver in Indianapolis for a little bit, kind of trying to make that happen. But that offense can be ridiculous. If Carson Wentz can be accurate, a little bit more accurate this year, they can be ridiculous.
Elijah Moore is a little guy. He's a slot guy. He just catches the ball, man. I think he had like 1,200 yards in 8 games or something like that. He's just an athlete. Just a beat. So I think that'll be a good fit for Wentz.
All right, moving on. We got the Titans at 22. So the slide ends for Caleb Fairley here, cornerback, Virginia Tech. This guy was
my favorite quarterback too. My favorite one.
The Titans, man, they sneakily need a lot of help in a lot of different areas, but especially in the secondary. And I think if he can put it together and he can be healthy, game changer. Their defense would totally evolve with him. But the thing is here too, the Titans, I feel like they like to take a chance on these injured guys too, a little. I remember Jeffrey Simmons, the D tackle they took 2 years ago or whatever. He had injury concerns. I think he had a torn ACL coming into the season. And they've actually been messing up the first round. I mean, their tackle, Isaiah Wilson from last year. I don't know what else to say about that guy, dude. We traded 7th round picks for him, and he decided to go down Miami and put something in his Sprite and cut his hair and do all this weird stuff, color his hair. I don't know, but he's no longer in the league, and I guess he never wanted to be. But the Titans, hopefully they get it right here, getting Caleb Fairley.
All right. Yeah, man, Caleb Fairley is a good pick. We've talked. He's my cornerback 1 on the draft. But the injury concerns, if you can keep him healthy, though, he'll be the best corner in the draft for sure.
Easy.
I like him better than Surtain, better than J.C. Horn. But yeah, good pick there. Good pick. So for me, I have the Jets. You got Zach Wilson, who, I kind of took my stabs at. But what Zach Wilson needs, I don't think Zach Wilson, when he's throwing 50-50 balls, needs receivers to be confident. What Zach Wilson needs to be confident is time. So let's take Creed Humphrey. He's a center. He can call protections for you, and he's going to be a good one. So you take the center, you try to build up that line in front of him. You brought in some free agent receivers. Let Zach Wilson have the time in the pocket to run around, move, and then toss up that 50-50 ball for you.
Yeah, I
going away there. Really.
I like the pick here actually. The Jets I could also see. I was looking at the roster and I was like, man, I don't think they have a running back, dude.
They don't have a lot of anything, bro.
Yeah, I don't even is Frank Gore still on the team?
I don't think Frank Gore's in the league right now. I think
I thought he said he wanted to play 5 more years, bro. You talking about? No.
Barry Bonds wanted to play and nobody signed him either.
Oh man, but so they're actually a candidate too to take who I'm taking here with the Steelers next pick. who is, we talked about him. I touched on him a little bit already. You know, I love this guy. He's a every down back, man. He's going to pretty much carry the load for the running game here for the Pittsburgh Steelers at 24. Najee Harris, Alabama running back. He's a beast. What can we say? Alabama running backs always have a history. You know, they're always good, but unless you're Trent Richardson, not on top of that one. But
or what is his name? Man? He took him like 5 years to get good for the Saints, and then he was with the Ravens. And now I think he's on the Texans.
Oh, Mark Ingram.
Yeah. He won the Heisman too.
Yeah, you're right. He did. Yep.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, Najee Harris is a good pick here. He's my running back too, but I see why you sent him to Pittsburgh.
He fits that scheme too. Yeah, he's
he's Pittsburgh. He's tough, bro. Like
tough. Run the ball, run the crap out of him.
Yeah, James Conner, whatever. He's all right. Went to the Cardinals. Anyway, all right. So my pick, we got the Jags on the clock here again, and I think they're going to want to rebuild that defense. Trent Baalke is in charge there, and I know all about Trent Baalke, and he's the worst. But I think they're going to try to build that secondary back up. And I think the next best corner on the board is Greg Newsome. I think he's a really, really solid player. He's got good size, good weight. Played on one of the best defenses in college football. Helped make Justin Fields look mortal for the first time. And I think he's the pick there. Greg Newsome, cornerback, Northwestern. Another stud player. Northwestern's got 2 dudes going in the first round.
I know, dude. That's crazy, dude. Northwestern.
Crazy. I know.
Living in the Midwest too, dude. Like Northwestern, man, they never really get. They get kind of beat up by Ohio State, Michigan, and Wisconsin. So that's funny.
You get beat up on by Michigan now. Michigan.
No, yeah, I love that pick. I actually think Greg Newsome he actually has the possibility for me to be the best corner in this draft. He has all the tools for it. He could be. Cornerback is just such a hard position to me a lot of times, man. It takes him a couple years.
It's hard to project, dude. There's remember Justin Gilbert? They're like, this guy can't miss. Amazing athlete. Not even in the league, bro.
Horrible. Yeah,
I just looked this up. 12 catches, 34 targets for 93 yards this last season for Greg Newsome.
That's unbelievable. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Great player on a great defense, but I think he's still a great player.
Oh, I do see that. Yeah, that is wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good pick. I like it. He's got the size too. He can pretty much do it. 6'1", 190. Yeah. All right. Moving on. Now we got the Browns here at 26. So they're also going to go cornerback here. The Browns, they have such a good roster right now. Actually, man, they're really close. There's so much competition in the AFC right now. I was looking at what they need, but they've been trying for a couple of years now to figure out who they want at cornerback too, pretty much. You'd say like Greedy Williams, but he's barely played. He's been injured. Like he hasn't been able to make it happen.
Yeah.
But so I got them taking Asante Samuel Jr. here out of Florida State. Dude's a beast. He actually is pretty versatile. He can play slot corner probably better than anybody else in the class.
Yeah. And I think that's a high upside pick for them because you can move into the slot if Greedy Williams is healthy. And when when your roster's as deep as the Browns, you're like, I know that you're like picking for need, best player available, different philosophies, but you're kind of picking for need.
Yep.
Your roster's that stacked. It's like, So yeah, good pick there, I think. What do we got here? Baltimore. All right, so I got Baltimore beefing up that defensive line even more. Staying big, we got Jalen Phillips. I think he has the potential to be an elite pass rusher.
Mm-hmm.
Dude has everything, like the athleticism, the size, ferocity on tape. Even though, like a lot of people are saying, this class isn't all that great for edge players, there's some diamonds in the rough here. I think Jalen Phillips is.
I like that pick a lot. So I was looking at that's a tough pick too. I was looking at the Ravens and what they've done in the last few years, like as far as like first round picks. They actually like never take an edge rusher in the first round, but they're
always picking late, man.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they're always good. It's one of the best run organizations in the league, easily. Mm-hmm. They were winning with Joe Flacco. That's how you know they're a good organization.
Joe Flacco, baby.
But I love Jalen Phillips too. He's great, dude. Love Miami. The only questions I think a lot of people have is injury. I know he has some injury concerns.
Didn't he miss a year or something like that?
Yeah. But he can be a beast. Dude can make it happen.
High upside in the late 20s, you know? You like late 20s, I feel like you're looking for plug and play safe guys, or you're looking for high upside guys. And he's a high upside guy.
And the Ravens do tend, when they do take fast rushers, they take flyers on guys that have that kind of upside. So I like that pick. It's good for them. All right, we're reaching kind of the tail end of the draft here. But so we're going on to 28 here. This is the New Orleans Saints. The Saints, man, the Saints. With Jameis Winston at the helm, baby.
The Saints, bro.
Dude, yeah, the Saints is this weird thing. People talk about it in the football community that they stay like under the cap all the time somehow. Like cap just doesn't exist for the New Orleans
like
Saints.
20 million over right now.
Dude, they do all these weird contracts like what they gave Taysom Hill and stuff. And
Taysom Hill, 160 million.
yeah, exactly. So it looks like they got these mega deals, but really the guaranteed money is like nothing. So
Taysom.
Anyway, so Saints, I got them taking another weapon here, man. They got other than Michael Thomas, I mean, who are they really thrown to down there, honestly?
Yeah, Sean Payton, offensive guy, loves explosive athletes. He loves these guys he can operate with in space, get him the ball, kind of manufacture those to get him the ball.
Exactly. So I got Kadarius Toney out of Florida, wide receiver. Dude's a beast. It's second only to probably Jalen Waddle with the ball in his hands in the draft. Dude's ridiculous. I think he's gonna be a little surprising, a shocking little pick here, but I think he's gonna blow up, and you'll remember his name. He's gonna be crazy over there.
I think a lot of people have him as like a second tier kind of guy, and we are taking second tier receivers at this point. But Sean Payton that's the kind of guy he can use, man. He can get him the ball in space. He can do those little like cheap little passes where you just like pop it forward, you know, and then the quarterback gets yards and operate like that. They have a guy, man, I don't know his name, but he reminds me of Toney. But Toney's a better player, better receiver. He returns punts for him, and he's just unreal explosive. And they always look at the ball. Little guy. I'm sorry I can't think of his name, but he would fill that role. He would fill that role because you don't want to extend that guy. You can't really play. He's just a beast.
If you can't, I mean, I know all about that. We got Jakeem Grant, one of the most electric returners. Dude can't catch a ball. He's fast, but
yeah. So I think that's a good pick, and it fits. And if he's going to have success, it's going to be with a guy like Sean Payton in that. But moving on here, we got the Packers at 29. What do the Packers need? Actually, quite a few things for a team that's so good. But I have them going linebacker here. I have them going Nick Bolton. And I have him going Nick Bolton because I think he's just a stout run defender. He's a young guy, and he can just defend the run, man. He's 21. He's 6 foot. He's 232. So maybe a little short, but he's a stout dude. And you plug him into the middle of your defense, and I think he can help with that run game. I debated going Darramore here, but they got a beast on the interior already. So let's let the big guys eat up everything and let this guy play downs 1 and 2 for you. And hopefully he can develop into a guy that can be a 3-down back. Yeah,
I mean, to me, the thing that I'm thinking that jumps off the board for me for the Packers is they also have a need at center too. Something they got to think about by letting Corey Lindsey go. But that's
I think they would love what's his name? Creed Humphrey, but he's gone. He's gone. And he may fall when the draft happens, but with him off the board, I think he's the pick for round 1. Yeah.
You never know. The Packers are really what do you think?
Yeah, they're gonna take Davis Mills.
Actually, quarterback. When I was doing a little bit of research before this, I was like, for the Saints specifically, I was like looking like, oh man, and somebody had mocked them taking Davis Mills. I was like, who is this guy? Yeah, first.
No.
I was like, dude, I never even heard of this dude. What the heck?
Man, he was a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. He just went to Stanford.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, smart kid. Stanford's awesome, great area. Not if you want to be a pro football player, buddy. Not since, not for a while.
Dude, somebody else, one of the other quarterbacks in the draft definitely used to go to Stanford but transferred. I think it's like KJ Costello or something like that. But,
that's got to be like a 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th.
Yeah, he's like a 7th round maybe guy.
Yeah.
But anyway, so moving on, we got the Bills at 30. They would be losing their mind over this pick right here.
Oh yeah.
Biggest need, defensive line, D tackle. Christian Barrymore still on the board. No way. I don't think there's any chance he lasts this long in the draft. I feel like
he's so good, bro. He's probably a top 15 prospect. So I did a top 15 big board because I'm not a scout, and he's 15.
Yeah. So that's why I feel like, I feel like it'd be tough for him to last this long.
He killed it at the end of the year last year.
Yep.
Crushed.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I mean, dude, Alabama's like got really like their D tackles are awesome. Always pretty much.
Pretty much always at least solid. But yeah.
But they would be losing their mind over this pick. I think I was joking and I told them, I was like, dude, they get this pick, Bill, of Super Bowl favorites. Watch out, dude. Definitely out of the AFC. I think they're gonna crush the Chiefs with a defense like that. I don't know, but that's the pick.
Especially with the Chiefs' depleted line. Now with that Chiefs pick next, I have them going Tevin Jenkins, tackle out of OSU. Dude is a monster, 6'6", 320. He's just a dude. I mean, I think he allowed like 4 pressures or something like that passing. Now I know that's OSU, but whatever. Dude's a monster. Dude is a monster. 6'6", 320. You can't mess with that. So yeah, I think he's the pick there. They need to fill that offensive line. We all saw the Super Bowl, and both those tackles that didn't play in the Super Bowl and are the reason they lost, they don't play there anymore.
Nope.
So you got to replace that. He's the pick there.
I actually love that pick too. I do think Tevin Jenkins is the kind of tackle that you take and that you can plug in immediately. A lot of people talk about what's the guy there? Walker Little still out there. He's another tackle available, but he just hasn't really. He hasn't really stood out.
Big two. Yeah, he's big too. That was who I was debating with, but yeah, I went with Jenkins. He's 23 years old. Dude's been playing football. Yep. So yeah, he can come in and he can help you out.
Yep, exactly. That's like the perfect pick.
Maybe not. Is he ready to go? I think so.
Yep, totally agree with that. All right, and this is it, man. This is the last pick.
Pick.
This took a long time. We knew it would take a long time. So if you're still listening, man, thanks.
Yeah.
We're still drinking too. All right, but I got the.
What they haven't seen, bro, is I've actually gone to my fridge like 9 times to get more beer.
Yeah, you just edited it out. You didn't see it. Yeah. So we got the Super Bowl champion Bucks taking another playmaker here, man. What does Tom Brady want, dude? What does he want?
He wants to throw the ball 4 yards and make a 20-yard gain.
Yeah, of course he does. So what is he going to take?
Everybody does.
He's going to take receiver Rondale Moore out of Purdue.
Yeah, this is the guy. Yeah.
This is the guy from Purdue. Yeah, this dude is electric. He's tiny, 5'9". Super small receiver. Dude is ridiculous. He definitely fits in the slot. He'll replace Scotty Miller, who everybody thought would kind of break out because he's white and he's a slot receiver, and Tom Brady's throwing the ball to him. Didn't quite happen. Yeah, so it didn't quite happen. So now we're giving him Rondale Moore, man. Could go running back here too, but I just think that slot receiver role will take this offense to the next level. Too many weapons. I don't know what you're going to do to stop the Bucs offense next year.
Yeah, you just got to hope Tom Brady's arm falls off. But yeah, I thought Travis Etienne. I kind of tried to nudge you towards Travis Etienne here. Yeah. Because he's my comp for him is Jamal Charles. Dude is just so fluid. And yeah, I mean, I feel like that would help Tom Brady a lot. But Rondale Moore, you can't really argue with either. Dude's a beast, 20-year-old, and he just production, explosive with the ball in his hand.
Such an athlete, dude.
Just an athlete, yeah. Just good. So good pick there. And I think, I mean, if I'm the GM for all these teams, I'm super hyped. Unless I'm the Patriots who took Mac Jones.
I know. I think this is a good draft. I think we got some good. I mean, this draft uniquely, I think, is it's hard to go wrong here with a lot of these guys. I think we got a good year. We have a year where there's a lot of unknowns. No, combine, COVID year, weird. We'll see, but
weird opt-outs.
Yeah, a lot of unknowns, but I think this has the potential to be a really, really great draft class, and I can't wait to watch. It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, we're not digging into the second round, but there's like a ton of talent left that's going like 33, 34, 35. So deep. Yeah. So if we hit on like 50% of these picks, I think that's some severe credibility there.
Yeah, and make you want to watch us more.
Watch us more. Anyway, I think we're going to wrap it up here. We hit the draft. We're going to be putting out more shows, so follow us, JKsports. We're going to talk football, baseball, basketball, anything going on in the world of sports. If we like it, we're going to hop on. And if you disagree with this, comment, because we'll be in the comments too. All right. Well, thanks for watching. My name is Joey.
I'm Cody.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
See you later.